Hello, and welcome to Pillars of Eternity. Okay, we have a level up to give this monk. Let's hope he's good enough. We're not gonna give him any weapons, I think. We can go with survival on ya. And athletics. No, I think we're gonna go with 10 athletics and 10 survival. It depends, really. Okay, I actually have no idea what this class is good at. Lesser wound. Okay. So it's like a cipher. These guys actually gain wounds and then they can cast their spells or whatever they are using. Sure, let's go with that. Okay, next. Swift strikes, that sounds like something I would use. The monk hands become frenzy, blur of attacks, increasing their attack rate for a brief period. Require 1 wound. Able to channel physical pain into pure energy and eradicate this or her attackers. While the monk has wounds, he or she adds a proportion fire bonus. Ooh. And what about you? Movement speed goes up. I don't think we're gonna need that for you. We can always give you boots of speed or something. Force of Anguish. A powerful tactic knocks targets back a significant distance. It can bounce. So it's pretty much like the punch. Okay, let's go with Swift Strikes. Okay. Lightning Strike, shock damage. Grants mortification of the soul. Immediately inflicts enough raw damage on himself or herself to gain a wound. Let's go with Lightning Strikes. Next. Alright, that seems like something I would use. Clarity of Agony. Duration for style effects, 10 seconds, Force of Anguish. Your Soul Mirror. %50 chance to reflect a ranged attack. That sounds like something I would use. Should I though? Long Stride. 5% burn damage per wound. He is able to channel physical pain into pure energy and eradicate his or her attacker. While the monk has a wound, he or she adds a proportion of the fire bonus to melee damage. So shock and melee, both. Sounds cool. Savage attack, what do you give me? Melee damage minus accuracy. By the way, do we have something that gives us an armored attack? Soldier, Warhammer, Arbalist, Arquebus, Saber, Club, Pistol, Blunderbuss. Ah, there we go, Peasant. Unarmed. Accuracy. Oh, I guess we can go with that. Now I have a question. Because when you're unarmed, you actually are technically using two-handed weapons. No, not two-handed, but dual wielding, because you're using both your hands. Does that mean that it's going to give me a bonus if I pick it up? I might try it out later. Two models ability that allow him or her to switch between a bonus to deflection and a bonus to all other defenses. Deflection. Or all other defenses. Both seems cool. Go ahead. Let's take a look. Mortification of the soul, 3 times per rest. Melee accuracy, minus 5%. Distant enemies, gunner, dangerous and flyer, 2-weapon style, 2-handed style. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for now. We may come back to it later if I don't know what to pick up next. So let's go with Savage Attacks. Okay, Survival 5. The Long Pain. Oh, that's great. Rooting Pain. Yeah, sure. This one, next. Survival 6. Well, I am actually not certain. So this is for level 10. Unstoppable, what do you do? Defense against blinded, stuck, prone, hobbled, dazed. Maybe I should give you some defenses here. I'm honestly not certain. You know what? Let's go with that double wielding thing. Two-handed weapon. No. Two-weapon style. Attack speed 20%. Let's hope you're good enough. Okay, leave it at athletics 10. In the blink of an eye, the monk strikes towards a distant target, inflicting terrible crush damage. Penalties to all defenses on anyone in his or her path. What does the long pain give? Capable of projecting force from his or her fists, inflicting damage as long range. Summon weapon, long pain fist, summon weapon, long pain fists for 30. So it's basically ranged weapons. That sounds like something I might use. Soul Mirror. Do you require wounds? It doesn't say so. Damage reduction per wound. Force of Anguish. What do you do? Powerful attack that knocks target back significant distance. Yeah, we know. And you are? Something like damage reduction? Two times per encounter you can stun the enemies. Effect: target is weakened for 2 turns. By targeting certain points on enemy, the monk is able to inflict physical weakness. You know, I'm actually kinda confused. Should I go with this or this? Iron Will. Well, maybe we pick both of them. You know, let's go with this one. Okay, let's take a look. Defensive charm. Bull's Will. Bear's Fortitude. I don't care about hold the line. Superior Deflection. We may actually use this. Okay, nothing for now. And what do? The monk meditates briefly on his pain, summoning 2 physical manifestations of suffering, one made of flame and one of ice. And skyward kicked. The monk launches a target into the air, slamming them back down on the ground and leaving them prone. Primary attack, 12 to 18 crush damage. Sure, let's go with this. And one more level. Well, Scion of Flames. Increases burn damage and damage reduction. How about one more of those? Maybe Snake's Reflexes or the Fortitude one? Bull's Will. Let's go with you.
Too predictable.
If you say so. Okay, let's give you this. Chance to cast Holy Meditation when hit or critically hit. Defense against weakened. I'm gonna give you this ring. Constitution, Might and Resolve. It currently gives me only Resolve. Clear out for Resolve. Deflection. Oh, these are some pretty decent defenses, especially the Fortitude one. Resolve +4. Accuracy +3. So let's take a look at these rings. How about you? Ability area of effect. Not interested. Suppress affliction. Deflection +5. Okay, don't need these then. Delays in consciousness. Defense against prone attacks. A little bit more accuracy, maybe? You know, it's not bad. 95. Dexterity. Give him these. Excellent. So, how about something for ranged attacks? Okay, let's give you this for now. I might switch later if I don't see any difference. About. That's what we need. A fine arquebust. Rogue and Priest. I might actually bound this weapon to my construct friend. Exceptional pistol, Saint Garm's Spark. It's not exceptional. Well, I'm actually thinking this will be good. The Good Friend. Do we have any arquebuses? A fine one. Yeah, sure. Gun Monk. That's awesome. And if we need anything else, we can give him something. Spell Tongue. Slash and Crush. How about something that gives you Pierce? So like Spell Tongue. And again, if this doesn't work out for you, we can always switch it back. But we will need to make it a little bit more exceptional, maybe. Definitely need more rubies. We're gonna see in the end. Slice, Pierce, Crush. It is weaker than the exceptional sword, we can say that much for it. Speaking of exceptional, what do we need to make you legendary? A Kraken's Eye? No, Sky Dragon's Eye. Oh, that's gonna take a long time, isn't it? Okay, belts. Constitution. Nice. I can keep that for myself. Lore, Dexterity. This one gives you 2 Constitution. This gives you 2 Might. This gives you 1 Perception. I don't know about these reads. Fine, you can have a minor ring of deflection as well. Definitely need to find some more equipment for you. Healing received, yeah, whatever. Deflection plus 5, really? That cloak is not that good. Grants you knockdown, big deal. Dexterity plus 2. These give you Dexterity plus 4. I could give them to you actually. Not much changes. Can't give. Defense against weakened attacks. Okay, might for something, something and something. And you are mental of the dying boar. Endurance. Mirko agony. Just give him a belt and let's go. Weapon change recovery, traps and stuff. Actually, wait. This one gives you dexterity +1. And let's say that's about it. Alright, let's go at the party and move out. Not much about to talk with this guy, is there? Maybe he'll say something after we rested or something like that, but for now, he's fine.
Zawa is ready.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
So, the dwarves of Dungren's battery did not destroy themselves after all. They fell to invaders. I must have told you that during our travels because you weren't there. Perhaps, but they seem to have left much behind.
We have discovered things thought to be lost. Their influence may yet persist. But we have seen no invaders, and the battery was shut. Did they come only to destroy the dwarves, and then leave? Zawa is ready.
Cool.
A hopeless battle was waged in Durgan's battery. They seemed to know that their deaths had come, yet many fought on.
Oh man, fight, who feared death. Yes, that's a perfect structuring of a sentence right there.
This was not fear, not all of it. Some made a stand together.
They believed in the cause that would outlive them, and so they stayed true to it.
They might have made great Alpazga warriors, if only they had been born to Khan. Zawa is ready. What do you need of Zawa?
Let's talk about your beliefs.
The ways of the Nalpazga can make little sense to an outsider.
But who is this Nalpazga?
We are the warriors of the Takan. Nobles, peasants, it does not matter. We are souls caged in flesh, nothing more.
Well, that's nice.
But it is one thing to say it, another to know it. So we train until we know it. Or until we meet our ends.
Zawa, regard me. For a moment.
I give this answer because it is what you wanted. But the Nalpazga would say different. They would say that we are nothing at all.
Then why do you believe in him? Zawa studied the horizon. He smiled as if unpleasant thought, and does not look at me as he spoke.
Perfection.
He lets out the word hang in the air for a moment, as though it were invocations.
Look around you. The world is perfect. Every being, every moment, every death.
He frowns and shakes his head.
Rarely do we see this. We stumble through life, lost in distractions. Every practice of the Nalpazga is a reminder to stop stumbling, to know the perfection.
What do you actually practice?
Our practices are suited to our enemies, the things we hold to in fear of their opposites. Things like pleasure and vanity, even our own lives.
How do you counter pleasure?
We embrace discomfort. I knew a Nalpazga, Tamin, who slept on sharp boulders and kept his arm raised above his head for 2 years.
Why?
The arm withered. One day it fell limp and became useless. But always it reminded him that pleasure and pain did not hold sway over his soul, and he became strong.
Well, as long as he's happy, I can't blame him, I guess. And what do you do against vanity?
Vanity is my favorite. You have seen some of it. You must become loathsome, disgusting. The Takan are used to our shit, but Deerwood has been far more enjoyable.
Oh, so you're just clowns walking around and making fun of people who don't understand your beliefs.
A traveling noble offered his friendship to me as we crossed paths on the road. I blew my nose into his silken shirt sleeves, apologized, then vomited on his wife's gown when she expressed forgiveness. I was even beaten for it without having to ask. Work well done is truly its own reward.
Okay, I said that I like warrior monks, but honestly, these guys, they are not what I was expecting. You have a practice against clinging to life.
Fear of death is our enemy, so we bury ourselves with our dead. We live on the carrion and meditate for days, even as the worms burrow into our flesh.
He curled his fingers like worms and pressed them into his forearm, an illustration applying far more pressure than is necessary to make the point.
When I completed my trial, my master had me placed at the bottom of a mass grave to make sure his point was clear. In time, you come to know death. You accept its beauty and its purpose. You see its dark wisps, and the sight is pleasing in its way.
Okay, I thought you were done speaking there, because why wouldn't you be?
So it is with all our enemies.
I was about to say that I know death. I have sent so many people to their graves. When we met, you said you freeing yourself from vanity.
Vanity is a snare that roots us to the ground. The way we see ourselves, the way others see us, these things are not real. They cannot be touched. The Nalpazga teachings reveal many such snares. Fear, pleasure, doubt, hatred. They hold us back if we let ourselves be caught.
And what exactly happens if you do get caught? Do avoid being caught, whatever. What happens?
Then you see only what is truly there, and you suffer no longer. You become as a god, seeing things as they do.
Let me tell you something about the gods. They are an illusion. Even if they are perfect beings, it's happiness that you should seek, for it is the only truth in life. It doesn't matter who you share it with. All that matters is that you feel it.
If you can loose yourself from the snares, then you are free.
And I do respect people who believe such things, because that makes them happy. That gives them a purpose. Let them have their beliefs. Let's talk about your scars for a moment.
I meet people on the road, and they pity me. I have come to find it endearing. They see so many scars, and they wonder, how can the man beneath not be broken? A scar is a wound that heals, a living reminder of our power over suffering. They cause no pain, only the echo of pain, which cannot hurt you. Show me a scarred man, and I will show you a man who can overcome.
Why had you eaten snowcaps when we met?
The Malkachoa? At any time, it is rare that I have not eaten some. When you first try it, it seems a beautiful fantasy. You see colors you have never seen, meet creatures that are not there.
Yes, perfect. You live in an illusionary world.
With practice, you see that all it does is show you reality, the essence of all things, how they are alike and connected.
Okay, the thing is that I would actually respect warrior monks who drug themselves. It's a common way to live, but not for those purposes.
I have watched trees grow and wilt before me. I have tasted meat and known the animal's life as if it were mine. But the Malkachoa often causes the stomach to empty with great violence, so it is not for everyone.
Alright, let's talk about something else then.
You would ask much of one who knows little.
Where did you learn how to fight?
Most Takan have two choices. They can grow crops, or they can become Nalpazka warriors.
Great.
I was the youngest of 5, a dreamer. The Nalpazka were always in my thoughts. They did not feel the same about me. 3 times I tried to join their ranks. 3 times I was refused.
Actually, I wasn't gonna say any of those. Because you don't actually need to ask them, do you? Fine, let's see, why were you refused?
All that time spent dreaming, and I had not thought to prepare. I was lazy, uncoordinated, overweight. If they had not refused me, what shame I might have brought to them.
But they did accept you eventually.
They had no choice. Our high priestess had a vision.
Let me guess, Malkachoa?
Malkachoa, plus some other shit, knowing her. No one put on a better ceremony than she did.
Of course. It's basically a code.
She saw me as chieftain, leading a host of Nalpazka warriors to victory over our enemies, the Kechmatl.
The last word twisted his mouth, as though he'd eaten something spoiled.
Our last chieftain had died over the winter. A new one had not yet arisen from the Nalpazka. So the timing was right. The next day they brought me before Ishipilo, the great master of the Nalpazka, and I became his pupil.
Ishipilo. He taught you everything you know now.
I still trained with the other instructors, sparred and meditated with my Nalpazka brothers and sisters. I learned from all of them. But learning from Ishipilo was a chieftain's privilege. He knew the secrets that could grant mastery over reality, invincibility in combat. When a Nalpazka was deemed a worthy successor to a chieftain, greater than all his peers, Ishipilo would take him in, prepare him for the future.
Oh, so you are actually not a free spirit. You do what this Ishipilo tells you to.
I would not be as I am now without his lessons.
You said your teacher knew how to master reality. I actually am very interested in his story, that's why I'm continuing this. Joa opened his mouth to speak, but only slow exhalation escaped. He looked at me, frowning, and tried again.
Not all of them.
And what is it that your master never taught you?
When I was brought to him, I knew how unworthy I was. But if he disapproved, he never showed it. In my shame, I gave him everything I had. He tutored me for 7 years, and in that time I became greater than the rest. Then the day came when he was to teach me the final secret of the Anitle. This is the unbeatable warrior all Takan chieftains must become to protect our people. Ishipilo never showed. I found him in his study, meditating, or perhaps staring off. I couldn't say.
Then he taught you everything you needed to know.
Master, I said, is it time for me to learn to be the Anitle? Not yet, he said. And that was all.
Zhao's mouth barely moved as he spoke.
He never gave me another lesson. A year later, he was dead of old age. They named me chieftain, anyway.
You seem to have managed in spite of that.
Have I?
Someone else must have been able to teach you.
At any time, 2 people know the secret of becoming the Anitle, the chieftain and the master of the Nalpazka. When Ishipilo died, the knowledge was lost to us forever.
Maybe he was testing you.
I thought so as well. I tried everything. Patience, rage, cleverness, acceptance. Not yet, he would say. Not yet.
Maybe he didn't knew.
You would ask much of one who knows little.
What happened after he became chieftain?
Word of Ishipilo's death spread. Our enemies saw the opportunity. The Ketchmodel chieftain came with gifts to honor my rule. But his real purpose was to look me in the eye, to know if Zawa might be beaten. I looked at him, and I imagined that I was the Anitle, free of all the worldly snares, that my master had taught me everything.
When I met you, you were level 1 monk. Your master was pathetic and so were you.
When he turned to leave, I saw he wore a secret smile, and I knew I had failed. 3 days later, they attacked. They were many times greater than our numbers. They had been trying to conquer us for generations, and the Takan chieftain had always sent them running. The power of the Anitle.
He shook his head.
In my heart, I knew we would lose. And it would be because I was not the Anitle.
No, it's because you weren't charismatic enough to scare them away.
What we had always done. I gathered my Nalpazca warriors and led a charge into the belly of their army. The Nalpazca believed Zawa was the Anitle, and it gave them strength. For their sakes, for Takan, I believed it too. My mind found a place it had never reached before. I could see my enemies' moves before they made them. I could see my own actions in front of me, the path to victory. I did as I saw, and the Ketchmodel fell in heaps. And then the Ketchmodel chieftain came to face me, and he knew Zawa was not the Anitle. When I saw him, I knew it too. I hesitated. My enemies fell upon me. One by one, the Nalpazca were defeated, and Takan was conquered.
What became of your people, and how did you survive?
Of the men, they made slaves. Of the women, they made wives. Their way is to absorb the conquered, make them forget themselves.
Right, how did you survive?
They take you alive if you are a chieftain. They break your body and your spirit. Then they show you to their people, and to yours, broken. After that, they cut off your head so that they may drink your soul from it.
Okay, I respect that. But you got out of it somehow.
Oh no, they did all of those things to me. They flayed me until my screams became whispers, until I no longer knew who I was, and my only hope was to die soon. But they didn't stop, and that was their mistake. In my lowest moment, I released my grip on many worldly things I had come to embrace since my master's death. The pain made the world clear again. They brought me out to be executed, not knowing any better. They swung the machete down upon my neck, but it would not cleave.
He meant uninterrupted swing.
Each hack of the knife brought great pain, and the pain showed me glimpses of pure truth. For a moment at a time, I was the Anitle.
Okay, his story is actually kind of awesome. His religion sucks, but his story is awesome.
I broke my bonds by seeing beyond them. I slew my executioner by knowing I would slay him.
And you were unable to free your people afterwards, I take it?
No. When the pain faded, so did my enlightenment. But it was enough to make my escape. I swore to return when my soul was ready to defeat the Ketchmodel. When I had rediscovered my master's lost secrets.
Did you ever free them then? That's a stupid question to ask after he just said he didn't. Though, I do want to know, will you try that? Because, I have time. Maybe I can help you with it.
No. I searched my empty homeland for any trace of Ishipilo's knowledge, but I knew he had left none. It would have been too dangerous. When that failed, I began searching the land to see if knowledge of the Anitle had come from abroad. I visited temples and monasteries. All the while, Zawa was trying to find the answer within himself as well. Meditation, Malkachoa, 1,000 practices he had learned as Nalpazga or dreamed on his own. He becomes nearer to the Anitle every day, but his soul is not free. He is not the Anitle.
What if you die without rediscovering your master's knowledge?
Then the Takan will be no worse off than they are now. But they do deserve better.
Is there any way I can help? Perhaps there is. In my journey to Starward, I passed through a place that put my soul on the edge. I don't know what it was about the place. They had intended to return there after I had fulfilled my pledge to Starward's mayor. The answer I search for now are of the soul, and such renaissance should not be ignored. I believe the locals call the place Whitestone Hollow. It lies east of Starward. I would return there and explore its energy if we should pass by. Okay, will you try to free your people if you fail to learn the knowledge?
The final step is the difference between invincibility and certain failure. Ketch Model has only grown over time, swallowed all its rivals. It would take no less than the Anitle to free and protect the Takan now. You would ask much of one who knows little.
Should I ask him about his home? I mean, it seems like a peaceful place filled with lunatics who enjoy suffering and pain.
Ishimital is vast. Outsiders think of it as one land and its people as one people. But if you walk across it, you see that there are many Ishimitals.
Great.
The Ishimital that the Takan know is rich in soil and water. The crops seem to grow in front of you. We build our homes along the Aki River, and it is good to us. Though every so often it floods, so that the Takan do not forget their suffering.
Yeah, that's why it floods.
It would not be the rainy season without my neighbor Esley swimming after his escaped goats and nearly drowning.
The mirth of Zawa's face burst itself suddenly. A thought evaded capture.
But home is an idea, no more real than justice or honor. My home is here now, wherever I stand.
Okay, that philosophy I respect. And what were you doing before you came here?
I hope to share knowledge with the monks of the Thousand Dreams. Their monastery lies east of here.
Okay.
They are said to be seekers of greater truth, like the Nalpazga. But if they still exist, I did not find them there.
I really haven't heard him curse that much, but whatever.
Words are nothing but sounds. They can be weapons against us if we forget that. Using curse words often takes away their power over us. They're also a lot of fun to say.
Yeah, that's true. Secrets of the Khan. So you do have a quest. Whitestone Hollow, east of Starward. Let's go there. I thought I actually missed this quest. We do need to help Sagani with her quest, right?
Yes?
Yes?
We were in Taiwan Hall. Right, he wasn't there though, so that'll be great. Is that the cave you were mentioning? Let's move. Or not.
There is a spirit lion there, just ahead. Can you see it, Watcher?
Zawa's white pupil eyed tracked the movement of some unseen animal.
The lion was the symbol of my master, Ishipilo. This is a sign.
Sure.
Has he come here at last to teach me what he would not in life? To be the Anitle?
I thought Quan Shuttle had defeated you. Isn't it too late?
I swore to return to liberate my people when I had learned to become the Anitle. This lion, this is what I have been waiting for.
What do you want to do?
I have some herbs prepared, Malkuchoa, plus some things I've been saving. We should eat them so we can meet with the lion in its world.
Sounds like a phenomenally bad idea.
It would be my honor if you would come with me on this journey. A watcher may see things that I cannot.
Sure, let's give some shrooms a chance. So I'll look to the rest of the party.
That goes for everyone. I would welcome the presence of friends.
And the fox. He poured a scattering of leaves and mushrooms into a cupped hand and held them out for the others to inspect.
I'll try anything once. Bunch of times if it's good.
Oh, Heather, we love you for that.
Don't tell my kids.
No worries.
I can't believe you've been holding out on me this long.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected them to say.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's begin. Zawa distributed the mix of herbs, keeping the generous amount for himself. The plants gave off a variety of strong, conflicting odors, some sweet, some acrid, and at last one that introduced immediate sneezing. Their appearances are largely unfamiliar to me. I dropped a handful of the mixture into my mouth and chewed. Okay, when someone gives you strange herbs, you don't eat them before he actually eats them first. The taste was dull and earthly at first, but within moments of chewing it became powerfully sour, then sweet, like nectar, and then it began to take on a new character that's unlike anything I've ever eaten before. My vision swam, and I could see the world in a different, more variable spectrum. Zawa took one look at my expression and laughed.
You are ready.
Okay, that's cool.
Do not let the lion escape us. Is that flower singing? No. Stay focused, Zawa.
Stew.
Step lightly.
A lone spirit hovered back and forth, agitated and muttering. I can learn from you. I can learn from them, from their mistakes, their failures. Have revealed the path to me, and I am very, very close. The spirit pointed to the scattered collection of maimed and contorted bodies distributed around the stone pedestal. Something odd registered at my mind about the corpse, and then the realization they all appeared to belong to some person, to the same person.
I wouldn't be so sure.
What are you getting close to?
On that pedestal you see before you.
The one with the bodies?
Yes, the one with the bodies. As I was saying. On that pedestal you see before you, I placed a gem for safekeeping. You have never seen such a perfect gem. I regretted leaving it behind almost immediately. It has been my every waking thought ever since.
Why do you want it?
It is all I have left of something that was important to me.
Very important, by the look of it.
I might be able to get it for you. The spirit seemed to consider this. Webs of essence darted and out of its shape, like bolts of electricity.
That would be most welcome.
Can't we watch him fetch it once? Maybe pick up some pointiers.
Step lightly.
My head is spinning. Stand clear. I think I'm gonna vomit.
Oh, come on. Everyone, go.
Veins blacken.
Oh, for the love of...
Feels like I ate bad seal meat.
Wish I could have done.
Yes?
I'll stay out of sight.
A sentimental gem, this gem appeared at first glance to be strikingly beautiful, yet upon further examination there seems to be nothing special about it.
I'm here.
Zawa is ready.
Were you able to retrieve the gem?
Yes, I have it. The spirit pulses excitedly with light and warmth.
This is a great relief. Give it here.
The spirit extended cow-like translucent hand towards me, kept together, and when I let the gem drop, it passed through the spirit's hand and landed on the ground.
Ah, clumsy. No need to worry, I've got it now.
The spirit crouched to pick up the gem. It scooped at the gem but couldn't make a contact with it. It does so over and over.
This is a snare my master never told me of. How great, how subtle the hold of the past upon us.
Let's keep moving. An old shaman hunches over a translucent table, paint instaked on either side, her eyes like flames. She casted an assortment of strange objects into the table, a finger bone, a stangler tooth, a turtle shell, a few stones painted with the symbols. She studied them over and over with disbelief eyes. At last she looked up.
There is no mistake. The portents do not lie. Zawa, you will be our chieftain. You will succeed Ishapino and lead us to victory over the Kechmata. I will tell Ishapino that he must accept you. The path must be cleared for your reign.
Okay. Let's go help him then.
As you say.
Everyone stay here for now. Hey, Eder.
Very well.
So, wounds. Activate this. Which one should I activate? This one is only deflection. Okay. Everyone, focus on him. Come on. Of course, there's gonna be a bloody werewolf wisp here. Focus on him.
Yes.
41, nice. Keep hitting him with that. Take it out. This one's yours. You're alive. Focus on him. Next one. These do something, mate. I'm confused. Okay, that makes sense. Bring it down. Nice. Okay, 7 wounds. What can you do with that? Cool. Okay, I have a question for you, mate. 15 times, you've done it twice. Good.
Zawa is ready.
Fear no one!
He's yours. Take him. Paralyze that thing if you can. Oh, it's immune to it. Okay, it doesn't matter, just kill it.
Die!
You could
Yes.
help him. Kill the dung spore. Still breathing heavily, Zawa appears deep in thought. He notices me glancing.
The shaman's vision always stayed with me. After my master had passed, even after the Takan were conquered, I thought of what the shaman had said and held on to hope. But I wonder if it did not also make me proud and foolhardy, if I ignored my own defeat because I did not believe it possible.
The Takan aren't defeated yet. You are still here.
Zawa has done his people no favors as chieftain, and the Quetzalcoatl would mock your words. But what you say is true, nevertheless.
Okay. Isn't it fun when you're actually kinda high and those illusionary things actually drop real loot? Ravistan. It's a dangerous drug. Okay, just take it and let's go.
I will walk unseen.
Keeping an eye out.
And what is this? Camp equipment. Are we still drugged? Well, whatever it is, I think we can take it on next time. So, I am going to end this episode here. I just want to take a look at something. Stout. Locals have their own common stew recipe. That's it? It's not even a full speed bonus. I'm gonna give you these potions so you can actually become a little bit better at what you do. Resolve. This one gives you dexterity. Resolve gives you deflection, which means that you should like that. What do you do? Just want to know. Might and Constitution. Might +2. You have 4 resolve. You have 3 resolve. We don't actually need that. It gives us only 1 resolve. This one only gives us 2 might right now. It in fact is an amazing bracers, but two might. If I upgrade that to give me 2 might, I can actually get rid of you entirely. Need something better as a belt for you, mate. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you all for joining me, and I'm going to see you all next time. Goodbye.